3 full baths upstairs on the top level, 2 half baths on the main level.
I will call the special council meeting of September 3rd, 2025 to order. Will you please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will you please call roll?
Allner,
Here.
Vincent,
Here.
Foster,
Here.
Madden,
Here.
Perry,
Here.
Bilski,
Here.
Silver.
Here. Is there a motion to approve the special council meeting minutes of August 6, 2025?
Moved.
Thank you, Stacy. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Phil. Any questions or comments? All right, Anna, please call roll.
Allner,
Abstain.
Vincent, yes. Foster,
Yes.
Madden,
Yes.
Perry, yes. Bilski,
Abstain.
Silver.
Yes. Is there a motion to approve the council meeting minutes of August 13th, 2025?
So moved.
Second.
Phil and Stacy, any questions or comments? All right, Anna, please call roll.
Allner,
Yes.
Vincent,
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Madden,
Yes.
Perry, yes. Bilski,
Yes.
Silver.
Yes.
Want to make sure.
Is there a motion to approve the special council meeting minutes of August 18th, 2025? This was the interviews with the architecture firms.
I'll move to make that motion.
You, Kim, is there a second?
Oh,
Heard Ryan?
Yes.
You don't win anything. Questions or comments? All right, Anna, please call roll.
Allner,
Yes.
Vincent, Foster,
Yes.
Madden,
Yes.
Perry, yes. Bilski,
Yes.
Silver.
Yes. We're going to pivot a little bit from what's on the agenda here. We'd initially planned to discuss and select and vote on the architects for the fire station and city and village hall project. After many discussions with the mayor and with other council members, we're gonna change it up a little bit. And what we're gonna do is kind of kick this back to the subcommittee that met a few months ago to review the proposals that came across from the architecture firms, to have them discuss it and then provide a recommendation to council next month. That committee consists of the chiefs. I think it was Bob Zugan on there. Who else? Jeff Foster. Was Dana on that?
No.
Am I missing anyone?
Bob Sugan, Bob McLaughlin,
Bob McLaughlin, yeah.
Roberts, and Chief
Okay.
Nova.
We'll meet sometime in the next couple weeks or so, and we will have further discussion on this and hopefully a vote on it at the October 8th meeting. I'll mention in a minute there'll be no meeting on October 1st, so we'll look for action on this at the October 8th council meeting.
And the mayor has kindly said that I can attend the committee meeting. So.
I'd like to just make a couple quick comments, if I may, on that. I want to thank and really commend the Ad Hoc Advisory Committee, who recommended 4 outstanding architectural groups for consideration. Each firm was well organized, well informed, and well prepared. I appreciated their professionalism, their expertise, and their thoughtful responses to a myriad of questions, mine and others. Clearly, all of the firms we interviewed are highly qualified and I believe could and would do an outstanding job moving forward. That said, I look to the group that had the foresight to bring these firms to us for a recommendation based on the strong leadership and expertise of that group and the fact that these individuals will have the most direct relationship with that firm that is selected. I know they'll carefully review the details and vision and offer a plan that will best suit our needs and our community's needs at this time. I just want to thank all 4 firms again. I want to thank the ad hoc committee members. Thank you for all your time and passion to help shape our future, reflect our community's needs, and consider a recommendation for the best path forward for our residents, our first responders, and of course, all of our phenomenal Orange Village employees. So thank you.
All right, thank you.
Well, given that, then I'll make this comment, which is the fact that we all have been elected to make decisions. And while there are different ways to bring things before council, and certainly the mayor could have come to us, I think, and just said, here's the choice, here it is, approve it. And I am very appreciative that that's not the route that he has chosen to go. I do think that we cannot consistently just push things back down to committees, particularly if it's already been laid out that the plan would be and the process would be that we would be making the decision. I don't understand why there is hesitancy, apparently, on the part of at least some council members to push this down. I did not think that that was the appropriate decision at the time. I will say, I have actually done due diligence and checked references on them all. I, came prepared and am prepared to make a recommendation. I appreciate the fact that the mayor has said that I can attend the committee meeting, but I fully intend to share all of the information that I learned in checking references, which is something that should not be a difficult thing to do, with that committee so that they understand the information that has been determined. I also will say that when I learned something about one firm, which I will not name, that I did question, I brought that information to the mayor so that he could have follow-up with that firm prior to the committee meeting, because I thought that that was the appropriate course of action, and I think the mayor agreed that that was the appropriate course of action because he's agreed to do it, which I thank you for. I would like to say that I have already learned quite a bit in talking to references, and all of the firms had positive people and all the firms had some negative people, let me just say, and that's life, that's to be expected. But the negatives tended to be in situations where there was not a strong leader from the community driving the process. And so while I don't agree with the mayor or with any of our council people at all times, and I don't expect you to agree with me at all times, I do hope that we can be very organized and deliberate in this process. And I will say that whoever we choose has to have a leader from Orange Village, whether it's a committee or it's the mayor or another person that's appointed, really driving the process. I obviously think that Judd is in a uniquely good situation to do that since he's an architect and has dealt with big projects. But to the extent that there are other people that are interested, maybe that should be also considered. But I will say that the references that were not as positive as one would hope, the consistent theme that I was hearing was there were too many chefs in the kitchen, or too many people giving directions, and that's really where things went awry. So I would just caution us that we need to be cognizant of that going forward. And I suspect that the mayor already knew that.
So the references were communities that they had worked with, right?
Correct. These were references that they...
Speaking poorly of themselves, you're making it sound like? Or?
No, they're speaking poorly or positively of the firms that I was checking out, but I had very specific questions I was asking them, and sometimes negative stuff would come out, so then I would try to drill down, well, how did that happen? And, the common theme to me was, where they didn't have a strong leader going into it, that caused problems. One,
You're saying did not.
communities, yeah. Because ultimately, whoever we work with, any of these firms are going to be taking direction from us. And Judd, please correct me if I misspeak, but ultimately they want to fulfill what we see as the project and the needs for the project. So they are taking direction from us. If we are not giving good direction, or we say one thing and then a month later say, oh, wait, we changed our minds, we want to do this thing, all of that delays things, all of that costs money, all of those things are problematic. So while we want to get, I think we want to get input from all of our stakeholders, obviously including our police and fire personnel, because they have a lot to add, we have to also recognize that we need a strong leadership going forward, and that we have to be the ones driving it. We also need to be open to suggestions, because they may come to us with, whoever we work with might come to us with suggestions of, have you considered X? And maybe we didn't consider X, and X might work for us. So, I would just say it's an interesting process, but I would also hate to see things get dragged on. The reason I was not so much for this going back to the committee is because, one, that was not the process that was laid out, but two, because this sort of drives us a whole nother month down the line. And projects such as this, whenever you push them, time is money, and that's never a good thing. So I just want to make sure that we're cognizant of that going forward. I don't want to see us get into a position where things come before council and we're constantly referring back in a disorganized manner. I would like us to be efficient and deliberate in our process.
All right, thank you. Any other comments on this? Mayor, I assume you'll work to get that meeting scheduled?
I will. I've reached out to all of the members of the committee. We're going to put together a time frame that we can meet together. I hope we can do it during the day so it's convenient for our staff that are part
Yeah.
of the committee and make it easier to do that. I think that in one meeting's time, we'll be able to come to a full conclusion and recommendation for council to consider, and then we'll bring it back as a report as we have with everything else that has happened thus far.
Okay, thank you. All right, moving on. Are there any audience comments related to agenda items? None. We have no old business. New business, ordinance 2025-21, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a memorandum of understanding with the Ohio Bell Telephone Company, also known as AT&T, establishing a restoration bond deposit for AT&T and declaring an emergency. Mayor, do you want to discuss this, or Steve?
What?
The building department requires people doing work in the city to file bonds to protect the village's infrastructure. And for a home or for a one-off project, it's no big deal. Dominion East Ohio and AT&T, because they're utility services, they're in our right-of-ways all the time. And they may have projects going on, and the filing of and recouping of bonds is an annoyance. It's an administrative burden. So we did this a few years ago with these, Dominion East Ohio, and this is being done with AT&T, where they're doing a blanket bond of $9,000, and then they will be paying as they go for the inspection fees that we charge, the plan review fees, et cetera. Those will be billed and paid, and we only hit the bond if they don't pay their invoices. And we put this in place several years ago for Dominion East Ohio. They're very good about paying their bills. I expect that AT&T will be the same way. This is just we're deviating from what the code requires, which is you have a project, you make a deposit. This is they're making a big deposit here, and then they'll pay as they go because they're frequent flyers. And you'll note that in the ordinance, we are deviating from what the code specifically requires, which you can do via ordinance. You can change the laws. So for those entities that are in our right-of-way all the time, this is an option that's available. This is the second time we're taking advantage of the option.
Should we be doing this with like Spectrum and First Energy as well?
If they come to us and ask us that.
Okay, so they asked us to do
They,
that.
yeah,
AT&T.
Right, they have not asked. We would certainly consider. I don't know the experience with them if they're in doing major work in the, like, this is for the purpose of trenching and putting lines.
Oh, like the fiber networks.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's what this is.
Okay.
And there's no rush on it if you want to do it next month or next week.
You can go to third reading.
You can.
Okay. Any questions or comments?
This is just related to an upgrade of their current lines. Is that what they're doing?
That's what's driving them. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Moving on, I think there's a liquor license discussion. Chief Roberts?
Yes. Tacovas, when they opened in Pinecrest, part of their business model is to have the ability to provide alcohol to their customers. We did our local records check on this as required. We found no reason to dispute the permit. I did talk to Tanger Management, and they're probably going to require that the Tacovas is the ones who apply for this as opposed to Boots and Beer. So it's still in conversation at Tanger.
What impact, if any, would it have on the Doro? Would they still be would they become a part of that, or?
I asked if they were going to seek that, and at this point, Tanger said no, it just doesn't really fit with that model and their business.
So how's that work? Do they have a bar in the store, or do they just like?
I think they would have a small collection of things, and they want to offer somebody a beer or something while they're trying on boots, things like that. It appears to be part of their business model nationwide.
Okay.
Pictures. And a Beechwood Ball
Yours does that too. Oh.
alcohol.
In fact, I believe they have a Takova's brand beer that they make available to their customers when they come in to buy boots. So obviously, there's a great connection between those two things.
You think?
So
All right, good to know. So you have no issues with that, Chief? Okay. Any questions or comments?
I was just curious. It doesn't say, is it beer and liquor, or is it just beer? Or is it kind of a blanket?
The permit they were going for will allow it'll involve liquor as well.
Make you drink the beer out of a boot, do you know?
Be a good idea for them then.
All right, moving on, are there any audience comments relating to matters which advance the good of the village? If you could step up to the microphone. There's a sign-in sheet there. You can do that after you speak, but just say your name and where you're from.
Well, good evening. My name is Bishop Kevin Ringer.
Make sure you speak into the microphone. You can take it off or adjust it, whatever you got to do. Yeah.
That's my norm, usually.
I think you
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Bishop Kevin Ringer, and I want to say welcome to all of you, allowing me to be here tonight. We are the new tenants at the New Song Church, 4799 Lander, and it is our intention to purchase the property, but we want you to know that we will be good tenants, and we're here to be a help to the community and to do whatever it takes to assist. So it was my intention today to meet with all the chiefs, just coming by, but I guess I can see you tonight. So I just want you to know who we are. Congregation's been in existence since 1957. Me and my wife are residents of Orange Village. We stay right around the corner on Emory. So we didn't just get here. We've been here a while. And we vote too, okay? So I just want to make sure I introduce myself. Our dear friend here has been very gracious to us. And so we just want to allow you to know who we are and that we're here to be a help. And if there's anything, I repeat, if there's anything we can do to help build up the village and help assist in any way, I'm a 30-year drug and alcohol counselor. And that's what I've been doing up till about 10 years ago when I took this position as the pastor. So just want you to know who we are. We're good people, loving, kind, and willing to do whatever it takes to build up our community. All right? Thank you.
Congregation.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't give the name, did I? I just talked about me. Oh, my goodness. It's the House of Restoration. The House of Restoration is the church.
Where are you moving from?
We are coming from 114th and Harvard.
Okay.
And so this congregation, again, has been in existence since 1957, and I've been there since 2015. And it was this year that we made a move to come to this area.
Well, welcome to Orange Village. We're looking forward to having you. And
Thank you. Any questions of me?
I want to just share a really fun fact I've learned from Kevin. He is a ex-football player. He played for Iowa and Falcons.
Yep, the Atlanta Falcons, yeah.
And he comes from a whole football family, which I find fascinating. And his son,
So
football player too, right?
I know I ain't got about 40 seconds, but just so you know, I did play at the University of Iowa. My little brother, I was a running back. I know I don't look like it now, but it was a long time ago. My little brother was an All-American running back at Michigan State. My son played at Michigan. That's why I have this ring on. Don't hold it against me. Don't throw anything at me. But he played at Michigan, and then my other son played at Ferris State. We all play professionally, either at Arena League or NFL or in Canada. And so we're a sports family, so we call it faith and football and family, or maybe probably should be family. I don't know. Either way it goes, it's all tied up together. Okay, so just so you know, that's who we are, and we love ball, and we've shared that with our dear friend here. So hopefully I'll get a chance to speak to you. So we have a big event coming up that is bringing different people from different parts of the country this weekend to come and be a part of our celebration of moving into this community.
Well, welcome. It's very nice to have you here, and it's wonderful. Whenever we have a new place of worship for faith and really adding positive into our community, it's a wonderful thing.
Thank you so much, and thank you for allowing me to speak tonight.
Thank you.
Did you play for the Falcons?
Back in '87. Yeah, I was under Hugh Campbell. I was an H-back, weighed about 195 pounds then. What you call a scat back.
My brother-in-law played for the Falcons, but back in the early 80s.
Okay. I was only there a year, just so you know, and then ministry was calling, so there you go.
Thank you.
I've written a proclamation welcoming the church to Orange Village that I plan to deliver on Saturday at your event. I'm looking forward to that and meeting your congregation, welcoming personally to Orange Village.
Thank you, Mayor.
Any other audience comments? All right, Mayor Klein.
First of all, I'd like to extend a heartfelt thank you to all the departments for their support during our incredibly busy August weekend a few weeks ago. The weekend's success was truly a team effort, and it couldn't have happened without everyone working together. The service department, the police department, the fire department, the administration, and the building department all contributed to making the weekend that included the concert at the amphitheater, the party in the park, and the subsequent farmers market, just great successes. I want to give special recognition to the members of the service department for their outstanding work. They went above and beyond to ensure each event ran smoothly from Thursday through Saturday. Their efforts included the full setup and takedown of party in the park equipment, allowing residents to enjoy the playground and pavilion reservations throughout the rest of the weekend. I have to tell you that on Saturday, following the party at Park on Friday, there was a fire department picnic over at the Mulcahy Pavilion, and you would have never known that something had happened there on Friday night. They did such a great job tearing everything down. The other thing I want to thank to all of you who attended. Your participation made these events even more special. I hope everyone had a wonderful time. I know I did. And I hope they enjoyed the fabulous drone show that we put on, and I'm looking forward to doing it again next year. We already have a theme in mind for it. Hydrant flushing is underway. I know you couldn't wait for that. You may notice some discoloration in your tap water or see minor discoloration in your laundry. This is not harmful. It will clear up pretty quickly. Is there anything we need to make note about that, Chief?
Be done in about 2 weeks, weather permitting. And again, just if you have discoloration in your water, run your tap water for about 10 minutes and you should be good to go.
Great.
Change your filters.
Yeah, exactly. There'll be a public hearing next week, next Wednesday, September 10th at 7 p.m. concerning a variance request for 3880 Beachmont Trail. Wanted to make people aware of that if they're interested in coming to hear what the variance is and be part of the discussion. Computers, flags, household hazardous waste, and computer collection will be this Friday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Service Department, 4680 Lander Road. Scrap tire collection begins Monday, September 8th through Friday, September 19th. Tires must be removed from the rim. We don't take the rims, but we'll take the tires. Collection is from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday at the Service Department. Branch chipping. I know this is a question people have been asking because I've seen lots of tree limbs out on the curbs. And the branch chipping will begin Monday, September 15th. Please place your branches out prior to 7 a.m. I wanted to make note of the fact that there has been an extension and delays in the Miles Road water line replacement. a number of engineering issues that had to get resolved between the Cleveland Water Department and the Solon Engineering Department, which led us to where we are now. If they start when they could, it would take them into a winter season building it, which would not be the best time to do this, particularly given the fact that we have to repave the roadway. So it looks like it'll be an early spring or spring of 2026 for that. As mentioned earlier, AT&T will be putting in fiber optic lines installations for both the Orangewood and Orange Hill communities. There is a letter that's been prepared by my office to go out to each and every resident in those communities so they're aware of what's going on and things that they need to do, in particular marking where their lawn sprinkler systems are, and if they have dog fences, electronic fences in the yard, to mark those so that if they are damaged, they will be repaired. The parties doing the work will be required to make the repairs. It's important to note that they have the right to make the repair first before residents go out and get their own repair people. If it doesn't work after that, or it's not done properly, then they can do so. I'd also like to make note, we have an election coming up, albeit in Orange Village. There's not a whole lot of contest to it, but I still think it's appropriate for our candidates who are running for office to have an opportunity to present themselves to the community and share what they're all about. And we'll be selecting a night probably in October. Usually we have it around mid-October, right before the early voting starts. However, there are two other elections that I think are significant, and we would like to have the candidates for those offices. We have a state legislator running for office, as Juanita Brent is term limited out, and she's going to be succeeded. And the other is we have a rather full school board list of candidates. So I think it's appropriate for us to hear from those candidates as well.
Who's running for Representative Brent's seat, do you know?
But I don't have a name at the tip of my...
Okay.
But you'll find out on October 6th, and the last thing I have to share, October 6th here at Orange Village Hall, there'll be a town hall meeting for Juanita Brent, her last on her watch as our legislator, and she's going to be introducing potentially her successor. And I'm looking forward to meeting her. I've talked to her on the phone, but I have not met her in person. So that's all I have. Take it away, Brent.
All right, thank you. I just want to piggyback off of your comments about Party in the Park. I think it was a huge success. The weather was perfect, had a great turnout. Anna, you did a great job organizing it. The service department did a great job with their cleanup and making sure everything ran smoothly. So big success there. That's really all I had. So moving on to comments by council members. Kim Olner. Yeah, there will be no meeting. We'll have a meeting next week, council meeting. There will be no meeting on October 1st because of Yom Kippur. So we'll meet next week, and then the next one after that will be October 8th. Thank you for reminding me. Comments by council members. Kim Olner.
Thank you. So for planning and zoning, it's been the usual things. We did have one homeowner requesting a variance, but they withdrew that after meeting with planning and zoning. Another homeowner for removal of trees, new home coming up on Hilltop, and then some more discussion with respect to the Harvard Road development. The one thing that I did want to mention, and the mayor had already mentioned, is a variance will be coming before us, before council, for 3880 Beachmont Trail. And they are asking for a 3-foot 6-inch variance. Planning and zoning is recommending by a unanimous vote that council should approve the variance. But the basic gist of it is that, and Judd, step in if I forget something, but a previous homeowner to that dwelling constructed a deck which is too close to the property line, and so it was not done by the current homeowner. The deck itself needs to be replaced. It's just old and not in good shape anymore. And they just want to be able to replace the exact same location that they currently have. And the boundary is on the HOA in Orangewood. So there is no neighbor or anyone that would be, affected in a bad way. The HOA is fine with it. And so, we all discussed that it should be recommended for approval. And that will be coming on a week from today?
Yeah.
Yeah, a week from today. So
From the property line, just for a reminder, because I don't know. So
it's,
Variance is 6 feet 6 inches. So that's,
I was just curious what the total distance from the property line to the next structure.
There's no
there's
Right away.
blank lot, which is owned by the homeowners.
space in the.
yeah, it's next to green space, and the HOA owns that green space, and the HOA is supportive, does not oppose this.
It's the same footprint as the old deck that's on there.
Correct. And I think there was also discussion, I mean, we want our homeowners to be able to enjoy their homes, and we certainly don't want to require that the deck be taken down and not replaced in its same footprint, because that would reduce the value of the home, which is not a fair thing to do to that homeowner. This homeowner did not put that there, so they shouldn't be punished. That was the thought behind it. So, any other questions about the variance issue? Okay, I think that's it.
Stacy Vincent.
Good evening. I'm going to echo what Brent and the mayor already said too, but I want to add, because I serve on arts and culture, and a lot of those events were ours, the extraordinary work that, again, the service department did, but there was one more. So following the 3 events, plus the firefighters, on Sunday, they came to Orange Hill. We had our block party, and the firefighters were there with the hoses, and the kids had a phenomenal time thanks to them. So on top of everything else, they did even more work, and I'm incredibly impressed at how they pulled it off seamlessly and perfectly and just extraordinarily. I'm also grateful to our leadership for taking the time to talk with me and answer my many questions about their thoughts on the possible expansion of this building and the new fire station. I am grateful for all of their insight and their time and their tours. We're lucky to live in a community with such an extraordinary staff, and I am so very, very proud to be Orange. School's been in session for 2 weeks now. We are off to a great start. I had a wonderful community turnout at the first home game this past Friday. Thank you to all who came out for that. The treasurer reported at the last board meeting that he anticipates a mid-October presentation of the 5-year forecast because of new state laws requiring the earlier deadline. If you would like me to invite Mr. Platko in after that presentation to do a state of the schools when it comes to the finances, I'm happy to do so. So just let me know. Get your calendars out. Trunk or treat through the rec department will be dayside on October 25th from 3 to 5 this year. This child and family-friendly event will allow younger children to move from car to car more safely in the light and enjoy trick-or-treating in costume in a child-friendly environment. All residents are welcome, but registration is required. I don't know if Orange Village is going to have one of their cars or trucks or trunks there, as they always do, but just letting you know that's underway right now. I know one of our residents who's here tonight raised a concern a couple of weeks ago about the land abutting Landerwood Glen. It is Pepper Pike property, but I just wanted to make everyone aware that the Planning Commission of the City of Pepper Pike will hear comments both for and against a requested conditional use permit for a senior residential care facility or senior adult group home that would be built in that area. If anyone's interested, that meeting occurs on September 8th, and more information is available on the Pepper Pike website. Stay tuned for a possible arts and culture Halloween event. It may be something new we're trying this year. We don't meet until September 11th. Usually we meet the first Thursday of the month. We're going to do the second Thursday because of conflicts. So we'll have more information after that, and obviously I will get it to you in any way I can since we're not meeting that 1st of October. Beginning in October, arts and culture will return to the first Thursday of the month, and all are welcome. School board next meets on September 8th. We have 2 more markets to stock up on treats and artisan delights, September 13th and September 27th. Lots more fantastic vendors, so please plan to be there. And finally, speaking of shopping, I met with our Pinecrest representative about a week or 2 ago, and we discussed the Orange for the Holidays booklet. We both agreed that it was a wonderful asset to our community, especially during the pandemic, but after 5 successful years, it definitely has run its course. With the new owners there and committee activity here, we agreed that we would like to develop new opportunities that Pinecrest could and will support, like the concerts we've had and other events that Arts and Culture oversees, and perhaps some other events that other committees are doing as well. From that and from the input I have received, I am suggesting that we close the chapter on that successful book and look to the future with new ideas. That said, I want to thank Anna for all of her help these past 5 years, orchestrating that whole thing, putting it together, Brent for initiating the project with me and working on it, and Phil and Jeff for assisting with it last year. I also want to thank Anna Liberati at Pinecrest for her willingness and excitement to go in a new direction, and with promised continued support from Pinecrest. So unless anybody has any other ideas about that, I think we'll move on. And 5 years done well, so
Thank all the businesses that participated.
absolutely.
As well.
Thank you. And that's all I have. Thanks.
One thing I forgot to mention is that the Centennial Committee will be meeting Monday, September 15th at 5 p.m. here at Village Hall. I'll put a reminder out about that next week as well. Jeff Foster.
I have a question for Stacy and the law department. And I went and looked at the property you're talking about. What are our options for when the 2 properties between Pepper Pike and Orange kind of butt up? Like, I walked around there, but I wasn't sure what our.
It's not our property.
Orange Village.
Pepper Pike, yeah. That's what I'm saying. If people have things they want to say or want to listen or whatever, I can't say that Pepper Pike will allow Orange Village to speak, but our law director is also the law director there, so maybe he'll.
The property doesn't abut Orange Village. This is property that's north of,
Landerwood Glen.
it's just south of the bank.
That spot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Went to the wrong spot.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So there's
Stacy.
You were saying that it was going to be on, like, in the green space that Heritage owns.
no.
Okay, where Beachbrook was.
Going
The
in
north of there.
south of the bank.
Yeah, okay.
That,
Yeah, so in between Beachbrook and the bank. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So, but there's a proposal for, that's,
Beachbrook property though right now.
I guess they've got to deal with a developer that wants to put in senior housing.
no kidding. How about that? Huh,
All right.
interesting.
Guess we're anticipating a lot of seniors in the area, given our 55 plus.
I just, that's going to be a fascinating discussion. I mean, you brought up a great point, and not even so much, I mean, certainly the development back there is going to be very interesting to see how that plays out, but also the traffic situation. Even at 6:30 tonight, it took me forever to go drop my daughter off at practice at the field. So it's just interesting to see how they can address that. What day is that meeting again?
8th of October.
At one point, they were talking about making a cut through where the Orange Arts.
They were at one point when the other commercial proposal was in play over there.
The table.
That's not on the table, the cut through. Interesting.
That's the question.
How far along in the process is it? Very preliminary where they're at? Yeah. Okay. Well, it'd be interesting to see.
It's not permitted by right.
Okay.
So they would have to get
Separate
a
property. The school's there.
That-
Heritage.
certificate.
Okay.
It's another, right.
Sorry. Jeff, sorry, I didn't mean to step on your.
There's a September 9th will be the next meeting of the Sustainability and Resilience Committee. I don't have it as yet, but that is.
All right. Thank you. Lisa Perry.
I have no report other than the dog park is progressing nicely. The service department cleaned out the underbrush, and so if you want to drive down and see where the new dog park's going to be, it's going to be mostly in the woods and a little bit on the grass. And I think it's going to be much more useful. Our committee's very excited.
What's the timeline on that?
Terry, let me know if I'm wrong, but I I thought maybe the fence might be going up in November.
Bob Zugan talked to Auburn Fence, and they're very busy, and most likely the timeline wouldn't be till 2026. I don't know when in 26. I would hope, early spring, late, or, but we don't have a solid date, but I can tell you for sure it wouldn't be this year.
Installing the fence, or is Auburn?
Well, it may be a combination, depending on cost in that and how busy we are, and I know Bob was discussing that a little bit as far as, we might do some of the installation, but for sure the chain link part would have to be done by Auburn. That's something that we don't do. It's not the split rail like we did with the other dog park. That may be something that we may be doing. So, but 100% of the fence would not be up this year. I can tell you that.
Great.
What will become of the old dog park?
Excuse me?
Oh, we'll have 2 dog parks.
For now, and our committee's also thinking about making a QR code so that it would be really simple for people who do use these parks to give us a little bit of information. To use the other dog parks.
Hear the microphone, Lisa.
Do you ever use the dog park, and what do you like about it? What do you dislike about it? So we're looking at getting feedback, and more to come.
Okay.
We make a recommendation for a different use for that area, but for now, it's going to be the other dog.
Anything else?
No.
Ski.
I'm going to just jump in. I forgot the Orange Cares meeting is Tuesday, September 9th at 7 p.m. Sorry.
No, don't worry about it. All right. We have an economic development meeting tomorrow night up in the front in the Waddell room at 7 o'clock. So, please be there. Tell your friends. And then also wanted to thank Councilwoman Allner for her words on the design process and the choosing of the firms. I think, you made some good points, and those are interesting, bits of feedback that you did receive from the people you reached out to. But I also am looking forward to hearing what the committee does come back to us on. Greatly appreciate the insight that you guys will be able to provide on the process, and I think your input and your team's input. You're the ones who are using these facilities to help do the things you do for the village. So it's going to be extremely appreciated, and I know everybody up here will take that greatly to heart, and certainly appreciate the mayor's experience as an architect in helping do this type of work for others as well. So that's all I have, but thank you all.
All right, that is all we got. I will adjourn the special council meeting of September 3rd, 2025.